Hello Year 4, how are you today? It's Miss Bellis here. I hope you're ready for your maths learning, and today we're going to carry on our work on multiplication. So here is today's in focus, and we've got a train ticket here, and it says that each ticket from London to Middlesbrough costs £116, and it asks us, how can we find the cost of 6 tickets from London to Middlesbrough? So here's some questions for you to think about. What is the problem asking us to find out? What do we already know? What calculation do we need to do? And how can our learning from the last sessions help us here? So here's the first method that we could use to work this out. We can see we've got a bar model here. And we could say that this block represents the ticket and it's worth £116. And you can see there are 6 of them. So the problem we need to work out is 116 times 6. Now here we can see that in place value counters. We've got our 100, our 10 and our 6 ones that make up 116. And we can see that we need to multiply that 6 times. So we can break it down into our hundreds, tens and ones and go that 100 times 6 is 600, 10 times 6 is 60, and 6 times 6 is 36. Then we can then add those together to find out that 116 times 6 is 696. So if we're going to write our full sentence, we can answer it to say the tickets cost £696. Did you find the same answer? Now here is a different method to work it out. Ruby has made a start here. First of all, the number has shown in a part-part whole of the 100, the 10 and the 6. And Ruby is using this column method and she has started with the ones. So the first thing she's looked at is that 6 times 6 is 36. Now we might have a problem here. This is a column method. Can I put 36 ones here? I can almost hear you shouting no at your screens. You're quite right, we can't. But Ruby's reminded us that 36 is made out of 3 tens and 6 ones. So we can put the 6 ones here and put the 3 tens up here in the tens column to remind us that they're there. So Ravi has then had a look at the tens. So here's 1 10 times 6 will give him 6 tens. He's remembered we can't forget about these 3 tens we still have here, so we need to add them in. So 6 tens plus 3 tens will give us 9 tens, and we can put 9 tens in this column. Finally, Hannah has looked at the hundreds. But 100 times 6 will give us 600s, which we can put in this column here, and that will show us the same answer of 696. And finally, we've been given a new problem here of 8 times 512. And this time, they're using a method that we looked at yesterday and we had quite a bit of a practice at. So we've got our 512. You can see it here split up into the hundreds, tens and ones. And here we can see it in the layout that we used yesterday. So as always, we're starting with our ones. So we're going to multiply the ones. So 8 times 2 ones will give us 16. So we've written that here. 8 times 10 will give us 8 tens or 80. So that can go here. And then 8 times 500s. Well, I know 8 times 5 is 40. So 8 times 500s will be 40 hundreds or 4,000. And then we can just use column addition if we needed to add them up. So 6 plus 0 gives us 6. 1 10 plus 8 tens will give us 9 tens. 0 hundreds will still be 0 hundreds, and 4 thousands will still be 4,000s, and that gives us our answer of 4,096. So let's have a look at today's guided practice. Now there are 5 questions in our guided practice today, but what I'd like you to do, could you have a go at questions 1 and 2? They're very similar to yesterday. I'm going to let you have a go at those on your own. Pause the video, have a go at the questions, and then come back and we'll have a look at questions 3, 4 and 5. So here's the next part of the guided practice. So for question 3, this is very similar to what we did yesterday. So we're using this method and we're going to calculate 312 times 7. So we'll multiply our ones, then our tens, then our hundreds, and then we will add them together to find our answer. Now question 4 gives us the chance to practice the method that we looked at in Let's Learn 2. Let's have a go at this one together. So we've got 314 times 8. So I'm going to start with my ones. I've got 8 times 4. Now I know that's 32, but I can't put 32 ones into my ones column. But I know that 32 is made out of 3 tens and 2 ones. So I can put my 2 ones here, and I'm going to put my 3 tens up here just to remind me that they're there. Now I'm going to look at my tens. Well, 8 times 1 10 is 8 tens. I must include these 3 tens as well. So 8 tens plus 3 tens will give me 11 tens. I don't think I can put 11 tens in my tens column. Well, 11 tens is 110, so I can put the 10 here, and I can move the 100 up here. Okay, so now I'm ready to have a look at my hundreds. So 8 times 3 hundreds, well, 8 times 3 is 24, so 8 times 3 hundreds will be 24 hundreds. But again, I can't forget this extra 100 up here, so it won't be 24 hundreds, it'll be 25 hundreds. And I know that that is 2,500. Okay. So have a go at this one by yourself, and then finally question 5 asks you to find the product of 116 and 6. Don't forget that product just means the answer when we are multiplying numbers together. I'll show you the answers to the guided practice. So here are the answers for 1 and 2. How did you get on? And here are the answers to 3, 4 and 5. Okay, let's have a look at today's worksheet. Okay, so here's the first part of today's worksheet. Now you'll notice this is very similar to yesterday. So the first one's asking us 123 times 4, and it split it up for you into the hundreds, the tens and the ones. So you work these out and put the answers in, and then you will add those 3 answers together to give you your total. Okay, and that's the same for B, C, D and E. Now for question 2, again it's looking at that method that we looked at yesterday. Okay, you can see it's this more expanded method. So you will start with your ones. So for example, in the first one, 316 times 6, we will do our 6 times 6 and 6 ones and put the answer here. And then 6 times our tens, that will go here. And then 6 times our hundreds, and that will go here. And then you can just add them all up to give you a total. And that's the same for B, C and D. Now in question 3, it says to fill in the blanks. Now you could either use this method here, or the method used in question 1, or you could have a go at the more compact version that we looked at in the guided practice. That's up to you. Okay, I'll let you have a go at that, and then I will show you the answers. Okay, so here are the answers to question 1. How did you do? I'm hoping you're feeling a bit more confident about this. And here are the answers to questions 2 and 3. Okay, that's it for maths today. I will be back with you tomorrow to carry on our maths learning, and I hope you all have a lovely day. Goodbye.